on May the 22nd, 2013, he hadn't been fed. He was malnourished. He had 9 old broken ribs, 3 new broken ribs. He had 4 teeth knocked out. He was in a condition that he was dying. He hadn't been to the doctor in 8 months. And as a result of that, his body was very fragile. And as a result of the evidence which showed that the defendant beat him to death, he died of the blunt force trauma. And then as to your question, do I think it's too long? I would say this: justice seems to be in Los Angeles a long, windy road in many of my cases, including this one. Obviously, I think most of my cases, it's easier for a prosecutor to have less time because I could lose witnesses, people could pass away, like Sandra. Things happen in time that could hurt my case. But on the other side, I serve in the United States Army and I believe in the Constitution. And if the defense needs certain time to do things, especially on a death penalty case, I think you have to respect that too.
Do you feel like justice has been served, or does that come after the penalty phase is over and the decision is made there?
Well, I think, not even just that, we're also talking about, we have another trial with Gabriel Fernandez, and then we have another issue. I think that it's a long road, and like I said, some justice, I think, has been served by this verdict. Maybe some closure can be felt by Gabriel's family, as far as at least they feel that the system, because I'm part of the system is trying to make some things right, and maybe this is a small part of that, maybe. I think it's the best I can say for that.
And you also had mentioned that the child abuse unit in the DA's office formed about a year ago. Was that part and parcel to what happened to Gabriel? Or?
I think that probably the DA would be a better person to answer that question. I'm not. I know I'm happy that I'm part of the unit. I know that for any DAs who are able to fight for children who can't fight for themselves, I think that's something I wanted to do and something that's honorable. And I'm happy that the DA created the unit and she asked me to be a part of it. I think she should probably be a better person to answer why it was created.
Gentlemen, those who work with domestic abuse victims talk about the generational cycle. Is that something we're going to hear about in the penalty phase?
I'm sorry. I can't comment on that question just because it's pending the actual trial.
But I mean, legally, is it fair game?
The penal code gives a list of things that the death penalty. Sorry, I'm not used to this whole thing. Sorry, I'm used to looking at the jury, and that's more of my focus. But the penal code gives a list of what can and can't be discussed in the penalty phase, and they're called factors A through K, and they list all the different things in them. There's things regarding the severity of the case, victim impact, all sorts of different things that can go into that.
You had also said that it was, kind of private. You embraced Gabriel's father. Can you maybe just give us a little idea of what he expressed to you in that embrace?
I would say that's also private. I think it's just, two dads. Just two dads.
Sean, can you say anything about who you're planning to call on the penalty phase?
We did provide a witness list to the defense and to the court. At some point, either next week, I'll try to provide that to the public, like I've been trying to provide. Obviously, it's filed with the court, so technically it is public. But I think it's about 20 or 22 witnesses we have on that list. But I'll do my best to try to provide it to you guys.
So when you talk about being a dad, what is it? The fragility, two dads. Is it the fragility of their youth? The fact that there was such unrelenting abuse?
Yeah, I mean, the most important job, like I said in closing, is to be a dad. I love my job as a prosecutor, but my number one job is being a dad. So I might think that, sorry. I think they can all agree with me. I think everybody here is dads. So, and moms are great too, So my kids love anytime my kids get hurt, usually it's mom they go to anyway. But, it's the most important job. I think for a man is being a dad, because you shape children and it shapes the community. I was a victim of child abuse, and so yeah, it's difficult to deal with. So and I think that it could be tough to deal with, and so I think that it's just two dads and then two humans in the community, just sharing the fact that maybe there was some justice, and 12 people in the community who I didn't know, who he didn't know, came together and came to a verdict that I think was a just verdict.
So you're also talking as a victim.
I don't ever call myself a victim. I'm a survivor, and so. But was I the victim of child abuse? Yes.
At what age?
Did that make, I'm sorry, what age?
4, 5.
Did that make this all the more important a case for you?
Are you saying personally?
Personally and professionally.
I'm involved in child abuse cases because I'm passionate about those cases, because I believe children need somebody to fight for them. And I think that being a victim of child abuse, you feel powerless and no one's there to help you. And so I think people need to fight for children and others who can't fight for themselves. And so, yes, for those reasons, I'm involved in this unit. But each case is different, and obviously I have my professional responsibilities, and I still have to prove cases beyond a reasonable doubt. But, I'm a human too. I come to my job with who I am as a person. But yes, part of the passion that I have in these type of cases and why I do these type of cases is because they're important to me, for a lot of different reasons.
John, one of the most powerful things that you said in court was you turned to Aguirre and you said, "There's evil in this room." Can you talk about that and what kind of speak about that and why you said that?
I think what I said in closing is that I believe most of the people in society are good people. I think people do make mistakes, and